In this morning's Business Insight, there's never been a better time to start a tech company in Cincinnati. There's a growing ecosystem of resources, and in recent weeks, a new pool of capital for seed stage companies. Cincy Tech, the venture development organization and seed stage investor, and full disclosure, I work there, recently closed a $30 million fund. Cincy Tech Fund 4 has the capacity to invest in 25 companies over the next 3 years. And last week, Cincy Tech announced investments in 5 new ones: Jersey Watch, Navistone, Ready Set Surgical, Soundster, and Standard Bariatrics. Joining us in the studio, the founder and CEO of one of those companies, Kirthi Kanabati of Ready Set Surgical, and Cincy Tech President and CEO Bob Coy. They're with Business Courier editor Rob Dahlmeyer. Gentlemen.
Peg, thank you. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Congratulations, first of all, to both of you. But Bob, for you first, 25 companies over 3 years. What kinds of companies are we talking about? And maybe you can also explain to the viewers what seed stage means in your world.
Sure. Well, seed stage is usually the first money in to a startup company after friends and family. It's equity capital. And the type of companies that we'll be investing in over the next 3 years will be primarily software-based companies as well as bioscience companies. And bioscience would include medical devices, pharmaceutical products, health tech, such as Kirthi's company, as well as diagnostics. So roughly 60% of the companies will be software and 40% will be bioscience.
Wow, okay. So Cincy Tech, you just invest in local businesses. So for those of you, and we do a lot of stories on this show about different firms and different groups in town that do investing in venture capital, but yours is different. Why is it important? Why do you think it's important that what you do is invest in local companies?
Well, one thing we know about Cincinnati is that we have most of the ingredients that are necessary to have a vibrant startup community. And by startups, I'm talking about the ones that are scalable and high potential. Yeah, we have talent that are coming out of our major corporations. We have 2 research universities. We have incubators and accelerators like the Brandery. But what we historically have not had a lot of is venture capital, and in particular seed stage venture capital and early stage venture capital. So that for many years was the missing ingredient. That's the ingredient that we were organized to provide back in 2007. So it's absolutely essential for the companies that are here to have the fuel necessary to demonstrate their value proposition and grow.
Kirthi, tell us about your company. I mean, healthcare seems to be the place to be, except for the fact that it's daunting. I mean, it's expensive and it's high tech and it's ever changing. Tell us a little bit more about what you guys do.
Sure. Ready Set Surgical is really a cloud-based surgical coordination platform that allows hospitals to procure just-in-time surgical inventory. And that type of inventory is used in about 10 million procedures a year. People don't realize that hospitals have to borrow instruments and implants from medical device companies. And basically, that logistics, actually I spent 12 years in the medical device industry, the logistics around that inventory can be difficult and really result in suboptimal patient outcomes. And that's why we created Ready Set, to make sure everybody has that information.
So talk about your relationship with Cincy Tech. What kind of guidance do they provide?
Well, Cincy Tech has been there since the beginning. Before we were even funded, they were providing their resources, and really they've gotten behind us, and it feels like the city and state have gotten behind us because of their help.
Okay, so last question for you, Bob. You guys are getting bigger. This is the 4th one. This is the biggest you've had. Why has it gotten so big, and where are you going to go from here?
Well, it's gotten so big because, first of all, we've invested in 65 companies since 2007, and roughly 40 of them are still active, and quite a number of them are quite successful and are likely to generate significant returns to our investors.
Yeah.
And that's why they're coming back to invest more.
It's a wonderful story for us to cover at the Business Courier. You guys always have good news for us to cover, and thank you both for being here. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.